Awesome. So we're recording, and today we are talking about your self-worth equals your wealth. Now, self-worth is a wonderful topic, and it is a topic that really hits home when I say there's a moment in a woman's life when she is desiring change. It's unbearably big how much she's desiring change. But unfortunately, we keep spinning the same wheels. We keep spinning the same habits, the same stories, doing the same thing. And even in our own sanity, we know it's insane that if we keep doing the same thing, we will keep getting the same results. But we don't know what to do. And it takes an almighty crash or something knocks you sideways. And this is what I call soul intervention. Because even though we know what is the best for us, I'm just going to change the view on here and just see if that changes, because then when we go to record, we don't have all the faces. Even when we know in our heart of hearts what we need to do, we put ourselves last. We don't do the changes. We don't take care of ourselves. Our self-worth is diminishing, 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 diminishing. Not only that, we get in relationships with narcissistic abuse people. We allow other people to walk over us, talk over us, and all the rest of it. So can you imagine if you've got that going on in the background, and you've had it going on in the background since maybe you were little, you've grown up with it, or you're in company of people who do this to you. And there's many different ways that people are vampires for your energy. There are many different ways that people just slowly knock you down, knock you down, and knock you down. And we lose all of our self-worth, even though we know I've got to change this. It is unbearable. I do not want to live like this anymore. That's when you say that phrase to yourself, and I know you've all said it, when you say that phrase to yourself, you have to know, oh, this is soul intervention. This is my soul saying to me, enough already. That's not going to work. This isn't working for me. Something has to change. I have to make the change that I've been talking about, but I haven't managed to do just yet. This is sometimes when you need someone to hold your hand when you're going through something. This is when I often do readings for people because you're at the crossroads. You're just like, I don't know. I don't know what to do next. I don't know about my business, my finances. I don't know all this stuff. And this is where you need to start building your relationship with your soul, because once you fall in love with you, with your soul, you can then start getting more information coming through from her. One of the main things, you've heard me say it before, I say a phrase often, I don't know how to do this, but you do. So please show me how. Because remember, we are only a percentage human. So when we're spinning, we're in the same ID. We're in the same identity. We're still doing the same things. We're still thinking the same things. We're still doing the same things. We're still in the jobs that completely numb us. Even if we love our job, but we're running it in a way that's completely sucking our soul dry. We're in relationships that just, we dim our light. We play small. We dim our light just way too much. And we're in cities or towns or houses or habits that just bore us. How many people can turn around and kind of go, actually, I'm bored of that story now. I'm bored of that. So this is when soul intervention comes in, because your soul wants you to know how much you are worth, how much she loves you. And when you find that love for yourself on the inside, you've heard me say this before, anyone on the outside is a bonus. They are the cherry on the top, but it's not the external world that's making you feel, oh, I feel so loved. It's like, I know deep down, really deep down, that I love myself. There are certain ways that you can develop and bond and build the love for yourself. And, there's a lot of information we can grab out there. The love that you would give to someone else. What would you do for someone else? Well, do it for yourself. What would you say to someone else? Well, say it to yourself. Spend time with yourself. Pamper yourself. Find the things that you're really good at. Go and do them and kind of go, oh, actually, I'm really good at this. And just feel how different it feels on the inside when you kind of go, I'm good at this. Actually, I'm really good at this. Start finding the things that you are really good at, the things that you appreciate about yourself. It might be you like your eyes, you like your nails, you like your hair, you like your body, you like your gumption, you like your bravado, you like your gentleness, you like, what are all the things that you actually really like and love about yourself? But building that in until it's like rock solid, that you know exactly who you are and what you do. You've got to have that ground in. And then when something hits you from across the room, from across the aisles, from across the street, from across the business, from across the internet, and you are floored, it's like, but you absolutely cannot take this away from me. I know I'm good. I know I'm better at this. I know I'm really, I can do this. So you start building up that relationship with yourself, and then no matter what happens on the outside world, whatever dramas come up or you hear about other people having, you're just like, I'm so pleased that I'm not living in that drama myself. When you feel the love for yourself, the self-worth, the self-love, you really find things that you really appreciate and love about yourself. It's like looking through rose-colored spectacles. The whole world changes depending on the frequency that you're in. Imagine you're not waiting for the money to make you feel wealthy. You think, damn it, I'm good. I feel really, really good, wealthy. I'm abundant. It doesn't have to relate to the outside world to money coming in. So we're talking about self-worth today, and we're talking about your wealth, your ability to hold more self-worth for yourself, and that which equates to your wealth. Because across the room, across the internet, people will feel the thought behind the thought. And if the thought behind the thought is, this relationship's dimming my light, and you're still sitting in it. This job is sucking my soul, and you're still sitting in it. This whatever, this city, this subject, this house, I'm so bored with all of it. Will come through you, it will ooze through you. So the woman who's taking charge of her life, she knows what she's worth. She stands up for what it doesn't need to be in an aggressive way, in a violent way, in a loud way. It's just like you don't even have to validate or confirm or explain why it's a no, or why I don't need to tell you why I'm going out. I'm going out over there because I think it's absolutely fantastic. You don't need permission. You don't need to prove yourself. You are so certain of who you are and what you do. Now, that's the energy that we are wanting to escalate you into. Okay. The energetic truth of who you are, down to your toes, down to your boots. You will start doing things in a different way. You will, how do I put that? You will wear yourself differently. The colors you choose to wear, the jewelry, how you step out in the world, how you drive, how you take up space in the road. Think about all the little things that you do that you give yourself away. But just think about all the little things that you do that reflect back to you where you are not owning who you are and that you love yourself. It's like, no, come in if I let you come in. But if it's not, it's like, no, I've waited long enough now. Where do you hold your space? How can you be the biggest energy in the room because of your confidence, because of the way you love yourself, the way you walk in? If you ever go to an airport or a restaurant or something and you're watching people waiting, the ones who fiddle and readjust themselves all the time and they're showing you with their body language the lack of confidence, the lack of self-worth, and the fact that somebody could say something to them and they would be absolutely floored. We want to get you past that, because when you're running your business, you need to be in charge of your own energy so that you can turn up and be absolutely fabulous. So again, that's the building up. That's where we want to get you to, so that you can feel that on the inside of you. So if we've got time, I'll do that. If not, then I'll do it next week. However, there are several stages of what happens to us which shuts our heart down and our ability to love ourselves. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to read them out. I'm just going to explain them to you, and then you can just see where you are, which ones you think, what stage you're at, and I'll explain to you, and you'll understand when I read it out to you and when I explain it to you, why it's so important to have a flexible, expanding heart. It's feeling, it's growing, it's expanding. You're getting a broader bandwidth. The opposite to that, which is, the last section, is a hardened heart. A heart that can't take in anymore. A heart that has given up on the world. A heart that is so closed and rigid. And then you think, and I wonder why so many people are having heart attacks. All right? Because the way we think and the way we feel has an effect on our cellular system and the way that we radiate out. So the stages of the heart shutting down, and why your soul is not even gently intervening, why your soul is violently intervening and saying, this is not how we want to live. And if you find yourself in tears, if you find yourself up against it, this is why, because your heart is being shut down. So the first stage is the broken heart. Now, everybody here, no doubt, has experienced at a time, somewhere along the line, that love has been withheld. The love that we needed wasn't there. Now, most of us, especially myself, on a quest for love my whole life, we realize that we've never actually received the love that we wanted to receive. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I do what I do, because the love does not come from the outside, it comes from you. That is the quest to find the love for yourself. So your heart has quietly cracked. It doesn't mean that you're broken. It means that there's a part of you that's still longing to be met. You're still wanting to feel that, see it, feel it, hear it, be held. And until we let love into that fracture, until we can fully receive, no clients, no support, no guidance, nothing externally can fulfill that. It's like a crack has come down the wood and you're trying to fill it with pound notes or euros or dollars, and that's not what is going to fill that crack. So you can return to your own wholeness when you allow yourself to just expand into that soft, expanding heart. I don't know whether you've ever seen a picture of a heart. It's actually, it's, if you could open a heart out, it's like a whole one muscle, and then it kind of spirals around itself. It's absolutely an amazing organ. Like it can really expand. So like when you're feeling expansive and when you're feeling the love, that's what's happening. Your heart is just adding an extra, layers of space in there. So the first point is the broken heart, and that is the bit that not very many people really kind of take to heart that that's what it is. Now, the fearful heart is the heart number 2. Now, we all know what fear feels like. This is when the heart breaks and fear enters. We become hypervigilant, always scanning around for more threats, afraid to be seen, afraid to fail, afraid to try again. We start projecting our pain against and into the future. This happened to me. It's more than like it could happen again. So we start to protect the pain of the past and project that onto the future. So your capacity to trust in yourself, in others, in business, it begins to shrink. So broken heart, and then fear comes into your heart, and you can't expand. You can't let God in. You can't let the universe in. You can't trust. This is where an awful lot of people, Jasmina, you'll be interested in this. This is where an awful lot of people cannot then commit to a relationship. All right. So this is the invitation to surrender the grip, soften back into trust, and let God in. I would say let your soul in, because through your soul, you're connected with life force energy that goes into the heavens, up into the galaxies, into your spirit, into whatever else is up there, and you soften and you trust. And this is where so many people, because religion doesn't work anymore, people don't trust or faith anymore, but there is still something way bigger than you. And this is what I'm teaching you every single week. There's something way bigger than you, and you are the human. And your soul and your spirit is all the way around you. And it can intervene at any time, and it can rearrange, reorganize, reorchestrate things. In other words, to show you how to come back home. So the third heart is the angry heart. Now think about how the broken heart feels, the fearful heart feels, and the angry heart feels. Now think, if that's what's going on in the background of you, if that's what's going on in this transmitter and receiver that you call your body, imagine what your clients are feeling from you. Imagine how difficult it's going to be to raise your frequency up so that you can start matching your millionaire status, or whatever your status is, having an ample supply, an abundant supply, a profuse supply of lavishness and money. It can't, because you are so fearful and so hurt and now angry. And the heart is how people feel you first of all. And you probably won't even realize sometimes what you are feeling for someone else from someone else. But with practice, you will understand, because you will understand where you are on your level. And maybe you can start to recognize now, you know what? I am holding a little bit of that in my heart. So angry heart, unhealed fear eventually boils up into anger. We feel frustrated, defensive, misunderstood. Deep down, we're angry. But who are we angry at? First of all, it can be like the outside world. But secondly, we're angry at ourselves. We're angry for never having felt the love that we wanted and never being able to get it. We're angry. We think we should be further along than we actually are. We're in silent resentment for everything that we've had to carry alone. This is the woman that you have. All right, okay. This is the woman who she is, like I said right at the beginning, she's at the moment of she desires change so much it's unbearable, but she can't move because she's frozen in fear, and she's really, really angry that she should be further along. All this resentment that you can feel in your own body will be picked up by other people, and it's very difficult for different frequencies and energies and clients and money to start coming in, because your self-worth is angry, your self-worth is in fear, and it shows that you've had your boundaries crossed, you've allowed other people to cross your boundaries, and it reveals the grief that's underneath. Now when you go on the journey with me in Manifest with the Dragons or any of the other programs, we always find what's going on. I was with some clients this morning, and I'm always saying, oh, what's going on? What's happening? And they'll say, oh, I'm feeling so fearful. I'm feeling like a failure. This is happening, and I feel depressed and blah, blah, blah. Right, let's find out what your body's showing you. Let's find out what that means and where that belief is in your subconscious, and let's clear that away. Let's get that seen to. Because if you don't, it will just keep going from fearful to angry. And the next heartbreak is the hopeless heart. So imagine you've gone through a broken heart, a fearful heart, you've gone through an angry heart, and then you're like, Oh, it's hopeless. And then you become a little bit of a victim. Everything's a little bit victimy, a bit hopeless. At some point, the weight just gets too heavy for you to get through. Anger burns out. You're left numb, exhausted, depressed. The sparkle fades. Your faith feels very thin. Hope begins to wilt under the pressure of disappointment. But even here, your soul is still whispering to you, I've not abandoned you. Look at all the things that are happening to you. Please come home. Trust me. And we will build on your self-worth and we will show you that all of this is available to you. It's never too late. It's never too late, even if you're feeling really hopeless, to get back to the truth of who you really are. Even hope can be restored. So underneath that, what happens if we get really hopeless and then we just let things slide? The hard heart. What would you call that? Cynical. Hmm? Cynical about the whole world, about everything, not just complaining. When we ignore these cries from the heart, we start to harden. We stop believing that things can even change. We stop believing that we deserve it. We tune out of all the signs that soul is sending us, the guidance, the magic. We may still go through the motions in business, but the spirit's gone. This is when you go back and you just get a normal 9 to 5 job and you just start doing things. And again, your soul has been sucked dry. So goes back to the beginning of like the moment in a woman's life when she is desiring change so much. And it's unbearably painful. And yet we're still spinning because we absolutely don't know our way back. Our way back is coming back to your soul, coming back to yourself. So you may go through the motions in business, but you stop growing. Now, if you know me, you'll know that I'm on my 4th relationship. All of them have been 9 years. Talk about being serendipitous. All right. My mum used to say to me every time I got a new boyfriend, does he know he's only got 9 years? All right. 9999. All right. So why was I saying this? I was saying this for a really good reason. Oh, here we go. Because at some point in my relationship, I just go, it's gone over the 50% mark. I'm bored. My soul is telling me I'm not growing anymore. My soul is telling me there's more to life. My soul is telling me, uh-uh, don't take it lying down. And then Fiona goes, oh God, not again. I've got to climb my way out of this again. Because normally they've taken me because I'm like vivacious and fun. And then we comply, we fit ourselves into things because it's so much easier for us to be flexible. And then at some point, my soul just kind of goes, no, fuck it. Nope, not having any of that. And I know that I've got to go through the house change and then the town change and reinvent myself again. It's like, okay. And one of my totem animals, by the way, 2 of my totem animals, one is a butterfly and one is a frog. Okay, I've got a black panther as well, but these 2 totem animals, when they had it explained to me like years ago when I first was given them or when I first came out of the forest with them, they are they go through a cycle. So the frog goes from a tadpole through the cycle to being the frog. So it has different lives as the tadpole, as the, with the legs and then not, and then with the tail and then the frog. So you're reinventing yourself. So like you live different versions of yourself. The butterfly is the same, goes into the chrysalis, then it comes out. Interesting. Hey. So it seems to be, I did a reading for myself and I've started doing readings on the same topic. So I do a business reading for someone, which is basically the vision that Source has for you. But I'm also, with the second reading, if somebody wants a second reading, it's like, why am I here? Oh God, what's the other question that I ask? What is my life about that I can't escape? Because there will be cycles in your life that you're not allowed to escape, that you have to go through. And there's about four different questions I'm asking in the second reading. So it's just very interesting to show you that's what you're here for. That's what you're here for. And when I read myself, and then another girl, I read the same, asked the same questions for her to kind of test it out. And I went, holy crap, because I know her, I can see it like so easily. Yeah, interesting. So broken heart, fearful heart, angry heart. What's that last one? Hopeless heart, hard heart. Last one, numbed out, checked out, given up. We do not want to get to any of these last stages because what's happened is the more you're putting out thoughts of that ilk, the more what the dragons told me was the more that you repeat a particular story, the more you believe something, the more you repeat it, the more you say it, it creates form. You are a creator. You are creating form. But imagine that you are living with an angry heart, a broken heart, fearful heart, hard heart. Like it's because you've told these stories and you're giving up, you're getting hopeless. And then the last one is that you've checked out. This is the most dangerous stage. Not because it's bad or broken, but because you've stopped listening. You've stopped looking for answers. You've stopped living. You're like a robot. The ache became too much. So you shut your heart down altogether. You've gone past being the victim, which is the hopeless heart. You've gone back to, you're not even been bothered, you can't even bother to be cynical anymore, which is the hard heart. But your heart is the center of your magic. It is the center of your vivaciousness, your energy, your pull, your attractiveness. It is the portal for your business, your purpose, and your joy. Even now, your soul is still intervening, whispering, begging, come back, come home to find love for yourself. You were never meant to carry this on your own. It is way too heavy and way too hard. But that's why this subject is so dear to my heart, let's just put it that way, because your ability to love yourself radiates out into the world. You can see when somebody's running or when somebody's walking down the street, you just play with it. Next time you go out, just play with it and just kind of ask yourself, what out of 10, how much do they love themselves? How much are they in love? And the general public, by the way, because they're not doing this work that only maybe 1 or 2% of the population are doing, even though this is the way that the world is changing. We are the new human, we are the pioneers and the leaders. Say yes. um, they won't even know, but you will feel it. If you don't want to feel it, that's fine. You can just ask, like, okay, just give me a representation. One, two, three. Oh, right, okay. Or, when you're listening to your body, that means that your soul is engaged with you. And finding the love of your soul and how much your soul loves you is just completely different way to live. You start creating, you start seeing things from a different perspective, you enjoy life. So at the beginning of the call, we were talking about this is what it feels like, this is where we're aiming for, this is all about. That I have to show you also all the time what's at the opposite end and what's causing the identity, the lack of charisma, the lack of character, the numbing out, all of those things. Because if you're in this state, you will be attracting that into your life. The best energy is to find self-love. Now, do you have any questions about that? Because I will be able to answer you. I will answer you. And I did notice that you were making some messages there. Diminishing point, finding out what you have to know. Yeah. But you're still here, Desmina. You said you're leaving in 5 minutes, but you're still here. All right. So if you were, would you be able to see what phase you were at? And did this give you a swift kick up the backside?
Can I say it?
Go ahead.
So everything you described, it's so familiar. I've been through all of it, and I so relate with every single phase you shared. And right now, I'm in none of that. I'm I'm in like what is the best one?
Well, I mean, it's not even on the list. The list started with a broken heart. But
Yeah.
you say a
So-
healed heart or a happy heart or
Yeah.
a soul connected heart or I'm in the
Something
conduit.
like that.
I'm in life
Yes.
force energy. I'm flowing.
So right now I'm flowing more and more. I'm not gonna say I'm there 100% of the time, all the time. Every now and then some of these hit, mostly fearful one and angry one. These
Yeah.
two. But more and more, and the universe is just what you said, is responding to that. Like, I have an unexpected visit of friends this weekend, and another one is coming tomorrow and leaving on Saturday. The other ones are coming on Saturday. And everything I touch, something is like, there are more signs of universe. Yes, this is gonna, be it's going to manifest, it's going to be even better than you ever thought. And I'm like, oh my God. So now I think now is the best time to go back to, to put myself out in a sense of business attracting clients, because the vibration I'm now, the how I feel, that's it. Not for exactly what you said, not from fearful, not from any of this, because they sense it. They so sense it. All the potential clients sense it. Even people. I see. I've been in a nightclub the last Saturday, and so many people were staring at me, male and female. It doesn't matter. I was like, what's going on? Because I was radiating. I was in such a great. I was supposed to be there. I was enjoying. I was pure joy. And all that. So I wanna kind of maintain that, and nurture that more and more and more.
Going to give you a high five. Yay!
Yes.
It's interesting then if you started writing and doing your posts for your business from this particular energy, because you're in a good vibe, but to create wealth from that, yes, of course you're more attractive, but to create wealth from your self-worth, you have to then know your worth in your business as well. Like you are happy to charge that, I'm deserve it, everything's working out for me, people love what I'm saying. So like it's building on this self-love, self-worth, which is a great way to create. I mean, I do a lot more work when we're working in Manifest with the Dragons and things, because manifesting isn't just about feeling happy, but it's like it has to start from the inside of you, really, really deep, deep, deep down. But be warned, the more fresh, good energy you put into your vessel, this glass is you, the more crap will come out, because your soul will kind of say, we don't want to hold on to guilt anymore. We don't want to hold on to this belief anymore. We don't want to hold on to that belief anymore. And sometimes you can just go, but it's not that it's a bad thing. It just means you're doing the work. It means that this too shall pass. And that's sometimes when I've got my clients, they're coming back to me and they're kind of saying, "Oh my God, this is happening." And I'm here to remind people where they're coming from and why it's happening, what's happening. Um, but I wanted so desperately to bring you into the understanding what the hardened heart, the self-worth, your self-wealth is all about. And it is a frequency, but it's about how you think about yourself. It's about what you say about yourself. Um, that is the integral part of moving your business forward where it hasn't been able to go before, because you do. I mean, all of us, when we're entrepreneurs, like we want to make, oh God, I'm so dying to make some huge change. And it's unbearably heavy when things don't work. It's like really, really unbearable. But that's when you have to start doing the work that we're talking about on these free training. Like we're having to change the story, we're having to change the way we feel. And earlier on, I was talking about the business readings that I do. So what I've done for the people who are coming on the free trainings that I do, I'm going to give you a code, but you can go onto my website, you can book it, and it's for €97. I've never done it for that price before because it's a three-part reading. And it reads, and it's an activation, not only a reading, but it's an activation. Like a few months, like somebody said to me afterwards, like, I just went back and read my, listened to your reading again, and everything has happened. I got this opportunity. I was on the TV. You said I was going to be on the TV. You said I was going to be on the radio. Certain things are happening and benefits are happening all the time because you get that activation. Now, so for the reading, it's €97. And with that, you also get entry into your 5-star client. Now, this was a challenge that I did and allows you to get out of your mind, tune in with the soul of your client so that you can listen to what the soul of your client is saying to you, and you can, what an excellent idea. It's a massive, massive giveaway. Now, when I'm working with someone on a longer term basis, like Manifest with the Dragons, it's only 12 weeks. Like Vivian came to me and she was on her last bit of saving. She said, I've got no idea what I'm doing wrong. This is not working for me. I'm eating into my savings and they're just disappearing and I'm terrified. The stories she was telling, I could tell straight away what she was creating by what she was saying. She's now 3 months in Singapore doing a yoga retreat because she's changed her story and her business is still growing. So you have to know that when you change your story, things massively change on the outside world for you. So we're coming to the end of this particular session. We've done the hour. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will put a link below to the business reading and the 5-star client challenge that I do that you can get hold of. And if you have any questions, if you want to know about Manifest of the Dragons, that is 1,997. And this is 12 weeks of really precise getting you out of your own way and allowing you to sort of understand the messages that are coming through. I don't know who iPhone is, but maybe you're on your iPhone because you can't speak or you can't type or whatever. But I want to just say thank you very much for being here. If I had your name, I'd be able to say hello to you. If you have any questions, let me know. Catherine! Yay! So thank you, Catherine iPhone. And if you have any more questions, if you want to know more, go back to the beginning. We're talking about the heart. We're talking about how it works for you, how that helps you radiate out, how that helps you with your self-worth, your self-wealth, because it's all one thing. Okay, I understand. No camera because you're at work. If you'd please, if you have any questions, and I do have these readings that are available for you. And the second part of those readings, like I was explaining earlier on, I'm asking questions to Spirit to say, why am I here? What is it that I have to learn and get over? And what can I not avoid in this lifetime that I still have to go through? So we're asking different kind of questions in those readings as well. Anything is possible to ask. It's like Siri or Alexa. Is the answer is only as good as the question that you ask. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for watching on the replay. If you're watching the replay, please let me know. Let me know the biggest thing that you got out of tonight. Let me know what you're going to do differently because of what you heard today. And I shall do another free session next week, running up to Christmas, and then I'm going to take a break. So have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much for being here, and lots of love. Look out for the links below.